Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. I'm back from Indianapolis, where I was at the NFL Scouting Combine, and where Pewter Report did dozens of interviews with Bucs draft prospects, as well as General Manager Jason Licht and Head Coach Todd Bowles. I had several great interviews in Indy, including Boston College edge rusher Donovan Ezeraku, Kansas cornerback Kobe Bryant, among others. But the interview that really stood out to me was Head Coach Todd Bowles. I loved everything that Bowles had to say in Indy, and I'll tell you why and what stood out to me in today's Pewter Pulse. But first, a reminder, hit the thumbs up button on this video, give it a like, as well as leave a comment. I love reading the comments, and doing those two things helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets us in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you, and also helps us grow our Pewter Report TV YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, please. Now on to today's Pewter Pulse, where I liked everything Todd Bowles said and why I think you should too. Todd Bowles' press conference, well, they can be a little dull sometimes. I get it. He's not the most dynamic speaker from the podium, but I'm a guy that is more about substance rather than style. Bowles has come up in that area short at times a bit, speaking too generally and not giving up a lot of information, but that was not the case in Indianapolis. I'll get into what Todd Bowles said in a moment, but what really caught my attention was how energetic, upbeat, and enthusiastic Bowles was. He seems very fired up about the upcoming season and doesn't seem worried about his job security. And I think that's a very good thing. I don't want to see Bowles coach scared or play it safe because he's worried about his job. That's not going to make the Bucs a better team in 2025. I think what helped Bowles' demeanor was the fact that the Glazers had a chance to make a head coaching change this offseason and maybe replace him with offensive coordinator Liam Cohen before he took the Jacksonville head coaching job. And they didn't. The Glazers valued Bowles' overall leadership of this Bucs team, how tight-knit the locker room is, how the team camaraderie is at an all-time high, and the Glazers trust Bowles to fix the defense this offseason. They valued Bowles as a leader of men more than they valued the points that Liam Cohen's offense put up last year. That's the ultimate sign of confidence in Bowles, and I think he feels that, and he should. So where do I think Bowles maybe feels some pressure this offseason? Well, it was knowing he had to shake up his coaching staff. The poor sack production from the outside linebacker position was unacceptable, and he moved Larry Foote back to coaching the edge rushers and brought back Mike Caldwell to replace Foote as the inside linebackers coach. Those were absolutely huge moves. And Bowles deserves a ton of credit for making those changes. Foote has the proven track record at that position and the mentality to coach the edge rushers. And I expect the sack attack to return to Tampa Bay on the outside this year as a result, while Caldwell has the steady hand and the experience to bring along new inside linebackers in Bowles' defense in 2025. I know I've given George Edwards a hard time as the team's outside linebackers coach over the past 2 years, but I'm excited to see what he can do as the pass defense coordinator. Given the miscommunication between the secondary and the linebackers and pass coverage, I'm not sure Larry Foote was best suited for that role, but I'm optimistic that the cerebral Edwards can help the Bucs improve their pass defense, which ranked near the bottom of the league last year. I also love how Bowles plans to move Tyke Smith from nickelback to strong safety this year to replace Jordan Whitehead, who was ineffective in his return to Tampa Bay last year. Smith led the team with 3 forced fumbles and 2 interceptions last year as a rookie, despite missing 4 games due to injuries. Another great move by Bowles, teaming up Smith with Antoine Winfield Jr. at the safety position in 2025. That could be double trouble for opposing offenses this year and really give the middle of Tampa Bay's defense 2 young playmakers. I also like how Bowles noted that he became even more daring with 4th down calls last year, telling the offense to go for it with more regularity. I expect him to be even more aggressive this year in that area. I also loved how Bowles will be spending more time this offseason with rookie offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard, getting him ready to call plays for the first time this year. Bowles already has the experience doing that with Dave Canales 2 years ago, and that should help. Bowles is smart in that regard, as he knows he can't afford to have Tampa Bay's high-powered offense taking a step back in 2025, especially at the beginning of the season. It might take a month or so for the defense to gel together, as the unit might have 5 new starters this year. The Bucs will need their offense to help carry the team in September while the defense comes together. And Bowles knows that. And I appreciate Bowles for not being satisfied at the punter position last year. And he didn't give oft-injured cornerback Jamel Dean a vote of confidence either when he spoke to the media on Tuesday. It looks like the team is ready to move on from Dean at that position, and that is the right move. Bowles is so focused on the defense creating takeaways, which was an area of concern last year, that he said he's looking for ball hawks this offseason in the draft and in free agency, which I absolutely love to hear. He's also going to examine the team's practice schedule, see if there's anything that they can do to mitigate the injuries that they suffered last year, especially all those hamstring injuries. If Bowles can be quicker on the trigger when it comes to making in-season depth chart changes in 2025, replacing players who aren't performing with some backups to try to shake things up more often, and if he can work on his game management skills, his clock management skills when it comes to timeout usage, I think he can really level up and take this team to the Super Bowl. It sounds like there's a real sense of urgency in Todd Bowles' mind this year, but it's not from feeling the pressure in terms of his job security. It's in the form of excitement, because Todd Bowles knows that the Bucs have a Super Bowl caliber offense, and the improvements will be made on defense this offseason. Tampa Bay Super Bowl window is open now, and it certainly seems like Bowles knows that, and he's really embracing that this offseason more than ever. Well, we want you to embrace our Pewter Report TV YouTube channel more than ever. Make sure that you head to our channel, check out all of our Bucs video content, my Pewter Pulse videos, as well as our Pewter Report podcasts, which come out 4 times a week during the season and the off season. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as we grow to 18,000 subscribers here this off season. Make sure that you follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report, as well as visiting pewterreport.com for all the Bucs free agency news, as well as the Bucs battle plans, which come out this week from our Pewter Report staff, and our unmatched draft coverage. And I'll see you soon for a new Pewter Pulse.